Welcome back to Comics, the podcast where me and my mom look through our comic book collection, 2 issues at a time. Today we have Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man 77.
Another broken cover or
Yeah,
banner?
this continues our tradition of Marvel, especially Marvel comics that break the title and the little issue box or whatever you call that. A lot of them will break the font of the title.
This takes it right almost off the edge.
Even the Comics Code has fallen off.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And this one, in real life, has been dog-eared quite a bit. So I think he hit it so hard that it messed up the comic.
I like it when a comic includes all its...
When all the creators there, and especially Jim Shooter there. When I was a kid, I was always confused why there were so many Spider-Man, because I think there was Spider-Man with no adjective. Amazing, spectacular.
Spidey
Super Stories. But I realized later on, I think the Peter Parker, the Spectacular, was just shortened to Spectacular Spider-Man at some point. I think I read that on Wikipedia. So this is the same as Spectacular in the 90s.
Oh.
This just, they just took the Peter Parker part off.
Yeah, I remember as a kid reading, I liked the Amazing Spider-Man the best, and then Spectacular.
I think Spectacular, if I remember right, is when they were trying to appeal to different readers or like a different... Spider-Man's in grad school in this one, and he's like in his 20s, I guess. So it's supposed to be, because if you remember Amazing Spider-Man, a lot of that is he's in high school.
Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to appeal to readers that are in that stage of life. Or, I mean, if you think about it, this is 1983, so that, didn't he come out in 63, the year you were born? So this is 2 decades after his invention. It took him 20 years to get through high school. Can you imagine?
And he was really smart.
Yeah, he was the top of his class. Flash is still there. He got held back at another time.
Oh, wow.
So this is Relapse ×2.
That guy is terrifying. Why would you want that weapon? You couldn't put your hands to your side.
You know, if you had to scratch your butt or something. It says, within the little masquerade shop, the darkness is so dense, the silence so palpable, it seems as if nothing could penetrate it. Kapow, pow! Nothing, that is, save the sound of gunshots. So that's not really Batman back there, or Thor, or...
Robin, maybe? No, that's baggy pants. Look at it.
Maybe Yellow Jacket or something. These look like some Captain America boots.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting.
It's a costume shop, though. That's not really Spidey. I wasn't really familiar with this villain, even though I'm pretty sure I read this comic, like, when I was a kid. But this is just like a diorama or whatever you would call like a...
like in a shop
mannequin,
or a wax figure shop.
They got a really flesh-colored mannequin.
Yeah, they did
like,
good.
A lot of them are gray or black or pale white. Still, nothing seems to stir. None of the figures move a muscle until... This is our main character, kind of, this story. This guy. That was gunfire, he says. He's Melvin Potter. It says right on this front of his shop. You don't see a lot of shops like that where they are like costumes. This is the person who owns it.
Yeah, that's...
Seems like it would be in your best interest to not tell everybody that, just in case.
Well, you could wear a different costume every day and they'd never be able to pin you down.
Yeah. So he hears the gunshots. He's like, that's none of my business. And meanwhile, 3 crooks are making their getaway. We've got a guy in Hulk pants and a Hulk cap.
Why is it the chubby guy looks like he's not moving?
He's not. He's trying. That's funny
why
that
they
you say
brought him.
that. He says, stop or we'll shoot. That's the cop. And the heavyset guy says, Freddy, they're bluffing. Keep running. I can't. I'm not in shape. But I won't get caught just because I'm fat. And he shoots the cop. He kills a cop.
Oh my
Possibly. He
God.
wounds him. I don't think you ever get resolution about whether he killed him, because it looks like he gets shot maybe in the shoulder. You overweight idiot. You might have just turned a crummy armed robbery into a felony murder. They'll never stop chasing us now. So he says maybe they killed him, but I'm not sure. So they climb over this fence. They're never going to stop chasing him.
He's running. Did you see that? He's running, whipping his gun around. It's like, dude, drop it. You're going to kill people. Look at him.
Yeah.
And it just looks like every movie makes is...
Everybody knows you throw your gun over and then you follow so you don't accidentally pull the trigger.
Exactly.
You put it in your pocket. So, Mr. Hulk Pants here finds the costume shop. A real good place. Door's locked, so they bash through the glass and unlock it. Miraculously, it says, the pursuing police failed to notice the shattered door pane as they race past. We're safe. Woo. What's going on out here? Melvin Potter comes out.
Oh, no.
Huh? Geez, I thought that big guy was just another wax dummy. My name is Potter. I own this shop. Get out, I'm closed. Potter? The Melvin Potter? That's right, Sammy. That's why I brought us here. We're on the lam, Potter. You're going to hide us. No way, I've got a record. And I'm not blowing parole by getting involved with you cheap hoods. Potter, I said you were going to help us. He shoots him right through the top of the bicep.
Yeah.
My arm. Outside, gunshot. Back the way we came. Let's go. So the cops hear them shoot Melvin. That's the other thing. Don't put your name on your business. Especially if you're an ex-con and you're on parole. You're drawing attention to yourself. It's kind of his fault, honestly.
This whole robbery. They weren't even going to, they were going to get pizza. But they're like, hey, did you see that sign down there? Melvin.
That shot will alert the cops, Melvin. You're already implicated just by us being here. You got to do more than just hide us now. You got to help us. Not that.
What a jerk.
So this must be his supervillain costume.
Melvin's?
Yeah, Melvin was that guy. That's the Gladiator. I'm not familiar with the Gladiator, but they mention in the editorial note that he's mostly a daredevil. He's known for being a daredevil villain. And Melvin Potter, I'm pretty sure in the Daredevil TV show, they don't have him as the Gladiator with the buzzsaws. I don't think, if I remember correctly, but he's the guy, if you watch the Netflix series where he helps Daredevil make his costume. And he's kind of like a slow-witted, kind of big dude like that. Big muscle-bound guy. Elsewhere, I love this drawing of Dr. Octopus with the moon in the background. Elsewhere, at that exact moment, Dr. Otto Octavius makes his self-appointed rounds. He's self-appointed. I will make my rounds now.
Oh, no.
His destination, Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, where a certain Felicia Hardy, I only saw part of the word, Felicia Hardy recuperates from some very severe wounds under the protection of a very special but somewhat exhausted bodyguard. They've got her in this weird, oxygen tent thing. Suddenly, no, keep away, Octopus. You can't have the cat. I won't let you take her. I like this weird nightmare version of Dr. Octopus with real tentacles. I like how it's all in pink, too. It's weird. You don't see that a lot.
No.
The pink on the white background with the black eyes is kind of an effective thing. I like the way they split the color in the sky, so it's yellow, orange, and then there's purple. It's like the setting sun or something like that. I'm coming, wall crawler. I'll soon be the death of you and your beloved black cat. So I guess Dr. Ock had really injured her in a previous encounter. It's weird he's nightmaring about him, and then he shows up.
And then he shows up, and then the spider sense.
Alerting him to his present danger, his spider sense continues to tingle. But Spider-Man continues dreaming. I'll fight you, Octopus. I'll fight you.
With a huge spider on the window. That's a really
He looks
cool,
like a spider,
doesn't he? It's disgusting. Yuck. Ew.
I'm disgusted.
If you... Well, his eyes are so huge there, too.
Look at his eyes are glowing.
Yeah, they're huge.
Everything else is in shadow. Yes, wall crawler, you will fight me and you will lose. Scratch. Huh? I like that he had his own little hammock that he made.
Yeah.
The staff are like, we have chairs, sir. No, I'm good.
The janitor's like, oh, sick of this.
It wasn't a dream. Octopus is here. Stop your struggling, arachnid. I have made you a prisoner of your own webbing. Pay attention as I tell you how you and your beloved black cat will suffer for all the agony you've caused me. Looks like he just got a haircut and it's still a little awkward. You know how it has to grow in a little bit? It's like a little too short on the bangs.
And one little bit wasn't cut.
Mm-hmm.
He cut his own hair. Come on.
Probably with his octopus arms. Never mind, Doc. I see that you've reattached your mechanical arms. I thought you would have learned your lesson after the way I tore them off you the last time we met. That was in Spectacular Spider-Man 75.
Well, he replaced one of the new ones with one of those floby arms.
Yeah. Don't flatter yourself. The last time we fought, I was exhausted from too little sleep and encumbered by the interference of the owl. If I remember correctly, there was a storyline. We've got some of these issues where Doc Ock and the owl are both like mob bosses in New York, and they're competing. There's like a gang war between them.
Yeah, two kind of lame.
What's lame about Dr. Octopus? The owl.
The
yeah,
owl,
that's pretty
yeah.
lame. I am rested now, at the peak of my power, and I mean to revenge myself on those who brought about my defeat. Give me a break. Don't you ever give up. In case you've forgotten, I have the proportionate strength of a spider, and I always end up putting you away. He's always got to put that word proportionate in there.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have known what that word meant unless I read these comics.
I know.
Because if he says, I have the strength of a spider, well, so?
Yeah.
But if he says, it's proportional, oh, so it's a lot.
It's true. Think about how much of your vocabulary comes from comics, especially wordy ones like Doctor Strange. And
That's why I always say I'm going to revenge myself on people. Encumbered by the interference of the owl. Not this time, Spider-Man. I will have my vengeance upon you and you will die. But not tonight. This is merely a social call, a warning of things to come. Huh? I don't get it. Oh, but you will get it, Spider-Man, as will the Black Cat.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's a weird drawing of Hulk. Everybody else is normal. Oh, no, Johnny
Look at
Storm
their eyes.
is evil.
Daredevil and Johnny Storm have some weird eyes.
And the Hulk is just, he's that cat.
He's missing some teeth or something.
Yes.
Ben Grimm's looking a little derpy as well.
He's that cat?
Yep. Huh? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night? Yes, I want you both to know a night of fear, of helpless anticipation.
Oh.
I will return to destroy you in 24 hours. And there will be nothing you can do about it. Nothing except beat the stuffings out of you and ship you back to prison like every other time we fought. No, Spider-Man, your days of easy victories and fortuitous triumphs are over. Holy smokes, he used his arm to block my webbing. You will never prevail over my power again. Never!
Ah, he's updated his arms. And, you know, the one good thing about Doc Ock, which does make him a little more scary, is that even Spider-Man, with his spidey senses, gets whacked with his arms, you know? Even with his fast reflexes, he still gets through.
Not fast enough.
Yeah.
Wow, Ock really hit me hard. Hard enough to kill. He's somehow increased his strength. He's stronger than ever before. That is but a sample of what's in store for you, Spider-Man. And this is an example of what's in store for the Black Cat. He pulls all of her tubes out.
Ooh. But, I mean, as far as a scary-looking villain...
Yeah, the one-piece green jumpsuit kind of thing. And let's not... Because it's got like a weird loincloth, I just noticed.
Oh, yeah, I never noticed that before.
I guess the jacket just goes down and has a crotch part. Does it go down in the butt and the back, too? That's a weird look.
That is really...
Does it have snaps that goes under?
It's a onesie.
Yeah.
He's so scary, he's got to wear a diaper.
He even scared himself. So he says, the cat's life support system, Octopus, you'll kill her. That's the point, isn't it? Au revoir, Arachnid. And thank you for the evening's enchanting entertainment. When next we meet, we battle to the death. Can't go after him, not with Felicia in danger. Doctor, I need a doctor.
Wow.
So they come in and say, hey, have you been fighting in here?
No roughhousing.
And his friend, Jean DeWolf, Captain Jean DeWolf, comes, and she's like, we should move her. And he's like, what? There's nowhere we can move her. I like his hand. He's like, ah! No, we can't move the cat. Her condition's too unstable. We could end up killing her ourselves. Why don't you let the doctors decide that?
Right.
Besides, there's nowhere we can hide her from Otto Octavius. What do we do then? Octopus said he'll be back tomorrow. Your people can guard the cat tonight. And you? Me, Captain? I'll be getting ready for the biggest battle of my life. If I was Octopus, I would come back immediately, because then I would trick him.
Yeah, giving him 24 hours is like giving the bad guys that give a long soliloquy, and then the good guys make up a plan and just boom.
He's not even going to give a speech. He's like, I could give a speech, but I'm going to just wait 24 hours. I'll be back. 24.
And he's a bad guy. You'd think he'd make it like 22. You know, just to
make him uncomfortable.
But no, you know, he'll show up 24 hours later.
So he's all distracted thinking about the black cat when he stumbles upon the scene. This
his daydream is in blue.
Yeah, nightmares in pink, daydreams in blue. But life has a way of intruding upon one's isolation as he stumbles across Melvin Potter's costume shop, and they're in a standoff. Wonder what's up. We know you're in there. Come out, or we'll use tear gas. No answer. And so, boom.
That's a good sound.
Boom.
Uh-oh.
Then, get ready. Here they come. Yes, here they come. All right, Melvin. Cough. You're on. Strut your stuff. Get us cough past them. Yeah, cough. Show why you're called the Gladiator. You think they call him the Blob?
You'd think he would.
It's like, I'm not the real Blob. I'm just overweight. Melvin Potter had sworn never to don the Gladiator's armor again. He's crying. Quit stalling, Melvin. I guess it is tear gas, so it doesn't affect him through those eye holes.
Right.
Yeah, stop cough pretending your heart ain't in this. He had promised himself, his attorney, and society that he had gone straight, that the Gladiator was dead. Shwizz. These felons resurrected him. Is this then his destiny?
No, he could have used his weaponry against them.
You would think. Yeah. He's not that
Melvin,
smart.
I thought
Well, he shoots these support beams with the Hotel Roxy sign, and it creates like a barricade so they can hide behind it as the cops shoot at them. The huge sign crashes to the street, blocking the hail of bullets hurled by both sides. Let's keep shooting through the sign. I really ought to keep out of this one. The Gladiator usually seems to fight Daredevil, and I already have enough problems of my own. Who am I kidding? The Gladiator steps back from the gunfire. His previously wounded arm begins to throb. But then, swack! Arg! What are you crying arg about? I'm the one who almost broke his knuckles on that stupid steel-plated mask of yours. Sheesh, even spider strength has its limits.
He's really showing his limits, but he's tired. But
he looks just like a gladiator.
If he has the proportionate
how the Roman gladiators had yellow shirts
and blue spandex pants?
Yeah. It's historically accurate.
Well, you'd think that he'd have the proportionate ability to recover that spiders have.
Do they have that?
I don't know. I've never seen a sleepy spider. Have you?
Have you ever seen a spider heal?
No.
Have you ever seen a spider break its knuckles before?
No.
I don't believe it. Spider-Man dropped Melvin with one punch. Stop gawking and drill him. Drill me? What is this, a dental convention? I see one cavity that needs filling. You boys are soon going to be in desperate need of an anesthesia, because I'm about to give you a collective toothache. The blood pours from the bullet hole in his arm, staining Melvin Potter's costume. The pain clouds his mind, coloring his perceptions. So I guess he's insane, because he looks at Spider-Man, who's already collected these villains, and sees that he's holding a trident. And that everyone's wearing togas and giving the thumbs down.
Whoa.
When really they're not giving any thumbs at all. And that sword is floating in the air.
Whoa.
See that? What's up with that sword?
That's odd.
So he thinks they're in Roman gladiator times. Looks like the gladiator's in the clear. These jerks claim they forced him to help them. No wonder he didn't try to hurt anyone. So they realize that he's unwillingly wearing this costume.
Okay.
So he could have just stopped.
Yeah.
But
Lay
Melvin
there.
Potter's vindication has come too late. His fantasies have surfaced again, the fantasies he'd fought so long to submerge.
Oh.
I am a warrior of the Roman Empire. Must keep fighting. Can't disgrace my emperor. He's like that meme about people thinking about the Roman Empire. He thinks about it all the time. That's what happens if you think about it too much. He is no longer Melvin Potter. He is only the Gladiator. He exists only to do battle and to death. My spider sense warned me in plenty of time to leap to safety, but I can't leave these cops behind. Get down, hurry. What the?
He even saves the bad guy. Come on.
The Gladiator attacked me, but why? What's wrong with you, man? We know you're innocent. Why didn't you do it? What are you trying to prove? There's no reason to fight anymore. I like this shot from the Gladiator's perspective.
Yeah.
It would be such a dangerous costume.
Just think if you had an itch.
Yeah, you had to wipe sweat from your brow. Ah! That's how you get the Dr. Octopus bangs. Whoa! You know something, guy? I really don't think we're communicating on the same wavelength. There's absolutely no reason for us to continue this fight. None. Zippo, understand? They're so sharp they cut right through the top of a fire hydrant. A green one. Okay. You don't see the green ones that much.
That's crazy.
What gives you, big dope? Do you want to go back to jail? The cops will have to take you in if you keep acting like this. You have shamed me before my emperor. Your bones will bleach in the arena for that indignity. Emperor arena? What is this? Ben-Hur too? Hey, I just remembered reading about the Gladiator. His lawyer, Matt Murdock, claimed the Potter used to suffer from delusions. That would be Daredevil 166, 173, 174, and 186.
Wow.
I guess it was a long case.
Yeah.
That he really thought he was a warrior living in ancient Rome. I wonder if those crooks set him off all over again. He cuts down the street lamp there.
Yeah, for as small as those metal blades are, they're really strong.
They're
That
sharp.
could be titanium, or what is
Adamantium.
Yeah, adamantium.
Vibranium even.
Yeah.
Listen to me, Melvin. You're only making things worse. You're not implicated in any crime yet. I think you could get in trouble for wrecking all that stuff.
Yeah.
But you may be if you keep this up. Don't let these clowns make a fool of you. You've done nothing wrong. Through the pounding in his ears, the Gladiator hears. He hears and he understands what's been done to him. Melvin, they used me, tried to hurt me. Oh my gosh, I don't like the look in Potter's eyes. He's turning on us.
I like how they did. They drew his body reacting
It's all
to
wobbly.
coming to.
Whoa, man. Was I thinking I was in Roman times again? Stay back, Gladiator. These men are in police custody. Don't do it, Melvin. They hurt me. They must pay. I hope those people didn't send anything important in the mail.
Yikes.
Forget them, Melvin. Let the cops have them. The courts will make them pay. Oh, no, I'm not anchored. He's just dragging me along like I was just so much garbage. Using his amazing spider-like ability to adhere to any surface, the web spinner clings to the street and instantly stops the Gladiator's forward progress. Don't throw your life away. But then, no, they hurt me. They used me. They made me remember everything I've worked so hard to forget. Uh-oh. Those wrist blades managed to slice right through my webbing. They must be taught a lesson. Stay back, Potter. We don't want to hurt you. What about us? You're cops. You can't let them have us. Why not? You cruds shot a cop earlier this evening. Yeah, you cruds.
I'm going to call people cruds. Hey, you crud.
So what? You can't give us to the Gladiator. That would be murder. Don't worry. We'll protect you, even though it turns my stomachs. How many stomachs does he have? Enough. No one can stop me. Nothing can stand in my way. I know what must be done. Melvin, no! Zwing.
Man.
I like these little reaction lines over their head. They're trying to hide behind the chubby
big guy.
Shung, and they go into the curb and he takes his helmet off. No, nothing can stop me from ending my life as the Gladiator. I'll thank you, officer, for getting these scum out of my sight. That the police do. And, Spider-Man, I owe you a great debt of gratitude. I don't know what would have happened if you had not interfered. I owe you. How can I ever repay you? You run a costume shop, right? How are you at repairing spider suits? No one wields a wickeder needle. A wickeder needle. No one
Yeah.
wields a wickeder needle. You
Whoa.
know, Gladiator, old pal, this could be the start of a beautiful friendship. And so the night passes. Tomorrow, the long goodbye. So he gives up his cribbit away. You got to wreck all that
this
public
guy.
property for free.
These guys' faces are great.
I know, I like that art. It's really funky.
It is, it is.
They almost look like aliens or something. It's not the typical fantasy art you see for Dungeons and Dragons, to me.
Did you see, speaking of,
Alpha Flight is coming. Enough said, eh? Everyone's favorite team.
I
X-Men
like-
are cool. Avengers are alright, but Alpha Flight.
I do
That's where
like
it is.
Alpha
The
Flight.
MCU better make an Alpha Flight movie soon.
You don't like Alpha Flight?
They're okay.
I can't think of anybody
You
in
should
the
get the
team
Trailer
off.
Park Boys to be in it. If it's Canadian.
Ricky. Yeah. What's his name's power could be tossing cats.
Bubbles?
Bubbles.
Yeah. So we've got Sword of the Atom.
Sword of the Atom.
Gil
who
Kane.
I am not familiar
Let's
with
see,
the
Gil
Atom.
Kane, isn't that isn't that a Batman guy? Anyway,
not
he's one of the
sure.
creators, Jan Sternad.
Sternad, yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Sternad.
But I
Is it a
picked it
typo?
because of the cover, obviously, because it is a very dynamic cover. It's
Oh, what
interesting.
is that? An alligator? A lizard?
It is, it talks about it in here. It is of the crocodile family, but I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. We'll get there. But then I opened it up, and it's very stylized.
It is
It
spelled
is.
Sternad.
Yeah. We've got some calligraphy going on.
This is also from 1983. You were really buying a lot of comics 4 years before I was born.
That I was not at home. Grandma was buying lots of
Should
comics.
have told her to keep buying them when I was born.
And
We got 500 from 1983.
well, how many boxes
How many
do
from
we have?
1993? We got 5, maybe.
How many boxes do we have though?
I don't know, like
And
20.
yeah, and I think my sister has double what we have, or she has a lot.
Good for her. Tell her to start a freaking podcast. She's so cool.
She's a crud. No, but she moved back home after college, and she was younger than me. So I
Oh.
bet she's got a lot of the ones that went through the 80s into the 90s.
Yeah. No, I really like the 80s comics. I feel
Yeah.
like the 80s had I don't know, there was something about the variety and in the 90s you started getting into that hyper masculine stuff and you get a little some of it's cool, but I feel like everything was turned up to 11.
Yeah.
You had the death of Superman and Batman getting his back broken.
Captain America's
Everybody had
storyline,
pouches
yeah.
and giant muscles and 1,000 guns. Suddenly all the X-Men characters carried guns like Cable and Bishop. It's like,
Right.
why are they carrying giant guns all the time?
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's a good point. But yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a generalization. There are a lot of cool comics in the 90s too, but
This story is very illustrative and
it's almost like a
dramatic,
graphic
like
novel
yeah,
or something.
yeah, almost teasing. I wonder, like, when did Mouse come out? Was that one of the first?
I'm not sure. Was that the 80s or the 90s?
That's a good question.
I don't know. It's
But
top of my head.
yeah, it'd be interesting to know a little bit about the history of the graphic novel when it came out and how comics kind of lent their inspiration. You know,
Yeah, this one almost looks like it has a fantasy vibe with the sword and all that.
and almost a
and his
romance.
costume.
Almost a romantic quality to it. With this looks like movie credits, you know, to a something
Yeah.
like Shogun or something that
Well,
was
maybe
in the
because
80s.
it's a 4-part.
True.
It's like they're trying to find a vibe since it's not going to be a forever title.
Right.
Kind of differentiate it from their other monthly stuff.
So it begins, 2 bodies are burned beyond recognition in a fiery plane crash because of a...
Stolen ring.
One of them is mistakenly identified as Ray Palmer in South America on a research trip. His wife, Jean Loring, has seen Ray's coffin buried. She believes herself a widow, while in reality, her husband is very much alive in the atom, as the atom, trapped at his 6-inch size in a miniature alien society hidden in the Amazon jungle.
Oh, maybe that's why he's got this weird get up.
Yeah.
This is Ray Palmer, the Atom that shrunk down and went inside. Was it Superman or in Batman's body? Remember?
And then came back to. Yeah, we had a commenter.
Well, we did a whole comic about it. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
And so
So this is the same guy. This is his miniseries.
this is his.
And he's with the alien skin frog riding civilization. They've still developed mohawks.
Yeah.
So they have that in common with Earth.
And the yellow, pale complexion.
Hey, a gladiator. What are the odds? He's a gladiator, just like the Gladiator.
Mm-hmm. And they are under a very evil and wicked king.
Evil and wicked.
Evil
Pick
and
one.
wicked. He is both. And this is the princess and her partner, who the Atom has been fighting in gladiator fights. I like how their steeds are frogs.
That's cool.
And they're actually leading a faction of an army to overtake the king. And,
So they're really not that small.
well, they're 6 inches.
If a frog's
But-
probably like that big and they're riding the frog, they're probably like...
6, yeah.
Does it say somewhere that he's 6 inches specifically?
Yeah.
I
It
must
says
have
that
missed
he was trapped at his 6-inch
Oh, okay,
size
gotcha.
in a miniature alien society.
So that's a pretty big atom.
That's pretty big toads, too, actually.
That's his superpower. He becomes the size of a really big atom.
Of a
An oversized atom. He could have been the action figure. That would have been a
could have
cool.
been.
That'd be a good superhero. His power is to become an action
action
figure
figure.
of any existing superhero.
Ooh.
He gets all their powers, but he's the size of an action figure.
And he's plastic and he can't move.
Yep.
But he has all
You
their
have to
powers.
do all of his articulations for him.
His voice. But anyway, during the reason I say the king is evil and wicked is that their hero, he blinds him to weaken the atom in his
He
bond.
blinded the atom?
The atom's
The guy he's
companion
fighting
the
against?
guy he's fighting with, and they are trying. He's leading.
Charon.
Thank you. And he is leading a group of rebels against the king because the king is so evil.
Oh.
And so they escape into the jungle, and he is saying that there is a spy amongst his men, and so the atom has to weed out who that spy is, and the princess is taking care of him because he has been blinded, and he's saying that his time's over. He should just die because he can't do any fighting. He can't do anything to help, and the atom is like, no, we still need your ideas and the loyalty, of your men towards you. When the item is hit, and he goes, Terran may believe in you, Atom, but not me. I know Chelich's men when I smell them. So he thinks the atom is the spy. And he goes, you're wrong, Voss. I'm on Terran's side, but that doesn't mean I'm on yours.
And so they Haas at first. You're wrong, Haas.
That's Voss. And Voss is one of the mightiest archers, and all their weapons have poison on the tips of it because they're in the Amazon. Of course, they have to emphasize the poison.
They probably they rub them on those frogs.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't think
They're
about
probably
that.
poison dart frogs. Isn't that a thing?
I think so, but where do they
Poison
come
tip
from?
frogs. The Amazon.
Obviously, you order them.
You get same day shipping for free.
Good one. Anyway, he said, oh no, he landed within reach of his arrows. One scratch from that poison tip and I'm dead. And so they fight. And then he goes, I guess, if I killed you now, no one would blame me. You'd be a fool to do nothing else. I have no stomach for spies. And the atom goes on to say that I'm not the spy. I could kill you and we would be done. You could be the spy. But he's trying to bring him over to his side.
He looks a lot like Melvin.
He kind of does.
Kind of muscular guy with
Although
some
he's a
facial
little
hair.
lankier.
He's a lankier Melvin. Let's
A
compare him
lankier.
really quick.
And
It's weird. They're gladiators. Look at them.
yeah, actually,
The
just a
same
little.
type of guy.
He's got the facial hair, but
He just
Wow.
put yellow on.
yeah, interesting.
He's kind of typecast.
He goes, Adam, I heard the fight. Are you all right? I'm fine. And what's more, I think I've just found my second in command. So he's wanting to connect with Voss and help bring about the army. They're trying to decide when they're going to attack, is the basic thing.
Oh,
They're
okay.
out in the jungle with the men, and the men are practicing, doing all the little things that they do while they're taking care of Tarek and trying to get Voss on their side. He goes, I've chosen a good leader, haven't I? Lathwen? Adam's a real warrior. Oh, Adam's more than that, my love. He's much more than that.
Lathwen.
It's the
That's
words.
a very fantasy-sounding name. Too.
Uh-huh. Meanwhile, in the city of Mordlath.
Sure.
Home. Yeah, I know. The names are
They
very,
kind
like
of
you
look
say.
like moloids. The little yellow blind guys that mole
The
man
mole
command.
man.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like more sophisticated moloids.
This guy looks like, what's that evil robot?
R2D2.
Yes. But anyway, so they're back in the city and they take down, they've put this guy up on basically like a cross in the city and to torture him.
They're crucifying him?
Kind of,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And they're saying, say no more, or you may be next to hang on the cross. And the king, they're saying that the king is becoming even more evil and wicked, and that's why he's doing this. Instead of just imprisoning people that he's going against, he's torturing them now. And
Jeez.
while in the castle, an argument in his process between the king and advisor. No, it's out of the question. Energizing the star drive now would be a work of a madman. It's unstable, Durageous. That's why it was shut down. But Excellency, that was decades ago. My technicians have been over every inch of the star drive, and they say your technicians are as ignorant about the inner workings of the drive as my bondsmen. No one fully understands the old science anymore. On the contrary, Elegancy, see, they make the king look very evil too there. But then you get a close-up of this guy, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know about him.
They're both evil.
Yeah, and we've made great strides in the last few years. The old manuals have revealed many of their secrets. Repairs to the star drive may be made, and how dare you tamper with the drive without my permission? You know it's forbidden. Forgive me, I can offer no excuses but my zeal to serve my king. I don't know.
Zeal's never a great excuse.
No, and when the other guy starts stammering, it's like, dude, really? Think what it could mean. The drive can provide power to all of Mordor. I can give life to the old machines, to the great weapons of our ancestors. We would be masters of the jungle.
You think that skull cap is comfortable?
Not at all.
How does it stay on?
I know. I don't. And how far down the back? Because, can you move your neck?
Well, in this, it looks like it's a mohawk with nothing on the sides. And then when he turns his head, suddenly it's got a sideburn.
Ooh.
And it encompasses more of a skull. What the heck? Did he,
Yeah,
he changed
from
it
here
from
to
Van
here.
Wilson? He's like, let me get a new skull cap on.
Yeah.
Continuity issues.
So he goes, the devil's in you, Durageous.
It also goes from a nice Hulk pant purple to a blue.
To a blue,
Depending on his mood. He
It could be
sprouts
a mood hat.
Yeah, he sprouts some sideburns because he's in that kind of mood. I'm in the mood for blue sideburns.
As your wish. What does it take to convince you? The drive is uncontrollable. It would kill us all. The subject's closed. Now, unless you have other business to discuss, no, Your Excellence. I couldn't help but overhear. Does this mean your work on the star drive? It means nothing. Continue. Oh, this is he's leaving, and this is what one of his guys. That's what that is. The king has just the mohawk, and then the minions have
Okay.
the full.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
This is a
we're
different
following.
guy.
Yeah,
He kind of looks like the same guy.
but look at they make him look so like a rat, kind of, don't?
Yeah.
It's weird. But he's going, I couldn't help it over here. Does this mean our work on the star drive? It means nothing. Continue your work, and if anyone asks, you're hereby or thereby order of the king. So
And he's really making the decisions, huh?
It's that old story of, the advisor is
He's really calling the shots.
Mm-hmm.
He's being Dick Cheney there.
definitely.
George
He kind of
Bush or
looks like
something
Dick
like
Cheney
that.
there too.
Yeah, exactly like
Ugh.
him.
In Ivytown, Ray Palmer's coffin has long been put to earth, and with characteristic efficiency, Jean Loring has all but finished picking up the pieces of her life, and or so she thought, until just about now. His ring. They identified Ray's remains by his ring. Circumstantial evidence in any court. Anyone could have been wearing this ring. Which is a strange thing. Anybody could be wearing his wedding ring?
Well, is it his wedding ring or is it his power ring? It looks like it might be. Does it have something to do with his shrinking?
It'd be just like Ray, too. Now that the shock of his death is over, now the people are beginning to adjust to turn up alive someplace. Hey, what's up? Good guy. Or, it's Ray. He's messing with me again. He's alive, hiding out somewhere in South America. Good God. How'd you learn that? The hard way, by living with them. So paranoid. Hello, Pan Am? I need a flight to Brazil. Yes, tomorrow morning is perfect.
How does she know? She went from this panel from being like, he might be alive.
Yeah.
Now he's in South America.
Yeah. But he was there on a research trip. That's what the first panel
okay.
said. And so we cut back to the jungle and get him now. That's the way. Grab his leg, pull him down, watch it. And the army is fighting and practicing and stuff. And
Is he going to be good at shooting even though he's blind? I feel like that's a thing that would happen.
yeah, I
He'll be
could
the
see
one
that.
to shoot the killing blow at one of the important people.
Yeah, get the advisor. How much longer are you going to put off this battle, Adam? The men aren't ready. They won't wait forever. Or the men are ready. They won't wait forever. I know they're getting restless, but I'm still discussing strategy with Taryn, and you can never have too many arrows. Adam knows what he's doing, Voss. So do I, Princess. We all know what Adam's doing. So he's still thinking that Adam is not quite on the up and up. And don't pay that fool any mind. He's a callous idiot. He's neither of those things. Voss is a realist. He speaks his mind. That's all. The way that they differentiate, the way that they draw the main guy, and then the way they draw Adam, they draw him as a very kind of romantic style, and very filled out and fleshed out. And I've been putting off the battle with Kalich because Taryn would never let us enter battle encumbered by a blind man. The day I say we're ready is the day he dies. They cut back to the fighters and, dear gods, let me up, look. Ha, you can't fool me with that old Turek. And these birds go flying by. He goes, Aunt Wren, everyone run. Gods preserve us. To your mounts, now. And so they take off.
Ants.
Yeah, they take off, but they're 6 inches. That's what I thought too. I'm like,
That's
are
a
they
big
small
ass
as
ant.
Yeah. And he goes, and Adam is like, I don't get it. Why the big panic over a couple birds? It isn't the birds, it's what's following. We have to get out of here. So Lathwen's speech is cut short by a sudden eruption of wildlife, all in headlong flight through the underbrush, pursued by some unknown terror. Only the birds seem unhurried as they swoop down to prey on the insects and small game forced into the open by the invisible enemy. while a single instinct shouts to every earthbound creature, run, run, run! This is a really cool panel.
That's awesome.
They have predator and prey just running.
Looks like the magic card Overrun.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then these guys get
frogs.
on the... Yeah! Jump, you stupid beast, jump. It's your life you're saving as well as mine.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what they're running from.
Oh my God.
They're here. I saw them. Make way. Voss, tell me, what the devil's going on here? Explain it to him, Voss. I'm going after Terran. It's the ants, fool, the ants. They're on the move. And where they go, no living thing is safe. So the Atom looks, and this black cloud is coming. And for this poor, slow lizard, he gets overtaken. And this is really sad, what he says. For even a dull lizard's mind can feel the anguish of an inevitable pain.
He was dull, but he felt pain.
But dull, but yeah.
He lived a short, stupid life and died in a lot of pain.
Oh, that's awful. You two get to safety. I'll bring Terran. No, Adam, leave me here. It's my time to die. So he punches him. And he starts carrying him up, and they go up the branches of whatever that they were on. And he goes, now we climb for our lives with any luck. They won't bother to follow. Not good enough. They're climbing right after us. Then we'll have to go higher.
That would be Ant-Man's help.
Uh-huh. I know it. And do you have her? All right. Your turn, Terran. No, it's your turn, Adam. You were a good friend. And Terran takes the lead.
Oh my God. There goes my prediction. He just killed himself. Death by ant.
But I bet if we were watching that lizard get taken, it would have been, seconds. Like in the movies, how they show Piranha.
Yeah.
All the way down.
I'd like to see a time lapse of it.
Oh. He's gone, Princess. Terran belongs to the jungle now. As for Adam, don't worry. He'll be up when his arm gets tired. So he's down there with his sword.
Dang.
And from the safety of the vines, 3 tiny figures watch the seemingly endless procession of death-dealing ants over the jungle floor. Each keeps his own somber thoughts. I don't deserve your place, Terran. Not yet. The jungle is master today, but before I lead your men into battle, I swear the master will be me. Soon after, on the walls of Mordlaith, a guard stands silently at his post. He is a bondsman, one of the Chelix's prize soldiers. Nothing escapes his practiced eyes. This is a cool drawing, too. I really like that. The thorny bush.
Yeah.
Almost nothing. He goes, what? Gods, I'll be a thankful man when Duragus finds a less unnerving way to communicate with his spies.
Oh, there's a little message on the arrow.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
What if it bounced off?
I know.
Or to write a new one out and shoot it.
Son of a... At last, Terran's dead. If there's going to be an attack, it'll surely come soon. My manipulating has borne fruit. The people think Kalak's a cruel madman, while I...
Cruel and evil, really.
And evil. I stand ready to reap the rewards of a general revolt. So he's the one that's fueling everything.
Yeah,
he's the little booger behind everything.
Looks like Marlon Brando. Late stage Marlon Brando.
Stage, yeah. Because no one stands between me and the throne. No one! He would said it like that. It's an odd thing to do, placing the cross sticks over Terran's grave. What does it mean, Adam? Oh, different things to different people. To me, it just means that I'll see him again someday. That's all. Yes, someday. I'm going to say something to you, Adam, and you're going to think I'm terrible. But first, let me explain. So she goes on to say that she started mourning Tarek when he became blind. And she knew that there'd be no way that he could survive in the jungle as a blind man. And so she is saying, so what do you think? Should we be a couple? And he's like, sure.
We just watched a guy get eaten alive by ants and a lizard.
Yeah.
Low IQ lizard.
Yeah.
Time for some romance.
She's like, and she's saying that life in the jungle is fast and hard, and so you have to feel all your feelings when it's happening. And when I was caretaking him, I mourned him, and I'm done. Basically.
It's cool that her memory is in her hair like that. That's a cool.
Yeah, that's
overlay.
a nice, yeah.
It's very Red Sonja-esque.
Very, yeah.
Character design.
We have a few of those comics.
Mm-hmm.
We should investigate those. And then meanwhile, in a hotel bar in Brazil, Jean Loring nurses a stiff drink. Hey, honey, you hear about the pig with the wooden leg? And then it says, and soon, I know he's here. I can feel it. I mean, Ray's not the sort of guy who'd let a little thing like death keep him from making my life miserable. She keeps going and going. He's like, oh, I always get the crazy ones. He goes, you believe I'll find him, don't you, Pedro? It's not so easy to find a man who wants to stay lost, Senora, especially here. We'll see. We'll just blooming well see. So it's interesting.
I like how inconvenienced she is by his disappearance and apparent death.
Right, and
They
then
have a weird dynamic.
the possibility that he could be alive. And
Ah,
he's moved
crap,
on.
He's still alive.
And before, obviously, she had moved on, and
Yeah.
then he's moved on, and then yet she's still pursuing angrily.
Yeah, well, he needs saving.
It's interesting, yeah. So then back in the jungle, alone, a short distance from camp, Adam waits. His source, let me see what that, his stance is defiant. His two blades tinged with deadly poison. Danger is near, but when will it strike? From which direction will it come? Adam stands quiet, listening to the voice of the jungle, listening for the challenge. It comes in the form of crackling twigs and a hoarse, sibilant whisper. Adam whirls. His foe is the Tyrannosaurus of the riverbank, the swift and vicious caiman of the order Crocodilia. Look how big he is. So he's our guy our foe from the cover. Its hide consists of bony plates, impervious to arrow or sword. Its jaws can tear its prey apart in the twinkling of an eye. It is fast and cunning.
Cunning. I'm sure he can climb, too.
It's a cunning climber. No deadlier opponent exists on the jungle floor. No harsher test of a warrior's mettle could be devised. With uncanny swiftness, the beast attacks. One throw will determine his fate. If eye or arm should falter, there will be no second chance. They really amp us up for this battle. Adam's sword cuts deep into the caiman's flesh. The poison burns the animal's blood and convulses the muscles. But even in death, the beast is deadly. Its convulsions could crush a 6-inch man. Adam retreats. The sword will be recovered later. For now, it's enough to know that today the jungle lost, and a man has proven himself the master.
That
I
was
like
easy.
this drawing. Yeah, it doesn't say
They had to
where.
make it sound way harder in the word bubbles, but
And I'm thinking,
he threw that poison-tipped sword into his mouth, I guess.
yeah, I guess I got him in the
He's got to
tongue.
go dig it out now.
I really thought that this would be a bigger fight, and that maybe he'd have to get up on top of the head, and right in the eye,
Yeah.
or down through the top of the head, or something like that. Or he'd find, what is the big thing in dragon fights? You find that one place
The
where,
weakness,
yep, where,
like smog.
yep. But no, just follow the loudest cursing, Adam. That's where you'll find Voss. Voss, Voss. Where in creation is Voss? Voss, I need a word with you. Listen, you motherless scum.
You motherless scum.
If I ever find another man string your bow again, you'll be scrubbing frogs for a week. We take care of our own weapons here. Yes, Adam? It's time to make it official. All scores are settled. All debts are paid. We're square, right? You're my second in command? We're square. My archers are ready when you are. Oh, that was rough. We're square. My archers are ready when you are. Good. Thanks, Voss. I'm depending on you. And we have muscles in 7 days in high school. Are the mounts ready? Ready and waiting, Adam. Then in 2 minutes we ride. Lathwin, last call. If you're going, it's now or never. Then what are you waiting for? Let's mount up. What's wrong? You look like somebody just hit you with a rock. it's
just like that.
It's just that you're so beautiful. You're a princess. You deserve a better life than this, right? Oh, God. We have all that I need. I have all that I need, Adam. We'll have a good life together if I have anything to do with it. What are you most assuredly do, Lathwin? You have everything to do with it. But for now, the men are waiting. It's time for us to earn that good life. Gosh, I'm just stumbling. To Mordley! So that's a really cool
final page.
Yeah. Yeah. No, when he was talking about her, I just had this flashback to his wife in that bar just really pissed off. And he's like, oh, our life is going to be great. And I was thinking that the next issue, when they meet up, is going to be...
I wonder if we have that one. The cover doesn't look that familiar to me.
No, I know. I thought the same thing. And, but yeah, it stands to be funny when they meet up. I wonder if the deadliest fight he'll have is with his wife.
Yeah.
The Cayman was easy. The wife, I don't know. But yeah, that was, I think, my first Adam comic in at least 20, 30 years.
Yeah, first solo one, besides that appearance he had with Batman and Superman.
Right.
Well, that was fun. If you liked this, please give us a comment or subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching our podcast.